Hi kids, it's Rowan again. This would be the TMI tag as promised from my DJ McSpooky Pants Top 13 record purchases of 2017. And is that, I kind of like the light like that. Oh, that's another list. I handwrite all the tags because, you know, otherwise I'd just be looking and pulling up my laptop like, I can't, I really, like, 20/60, 20/80 vision, even with glasses, so on the borderline of low vision, not legally blind yet, but just blind enough to inconvenience my own life and the lives of those around me. TMI tag. So number 1, what are you wearing? As seen in my previous video that I made today, when I was at the museum, I am wearing a large, vintage, this was guessed at the shop that I got it from, mid-60s, vintage mink beret. It is huge and floppy, and I love it. And I've got my hair pulled back. Also got on a, just a CBR there, nothing in the other hole. My usual Ankh earring that, this is an old Alchemy Gothic from, I think, 97. I've had it pretty much since it came out. Of course, my glasses, smudged eyeliner, filled in brows. Yes, filled in, not drawn on. Oh, I really love this L'Oreal Infallible lately, the lipstick. Then I've got my necklace, which is a little bottle with my wisdom teeth. And I've got the one full one hanging out, because I had to cut open this cheek to get one of them out. And there was only one on this side because I had a molar that got badly chipped from school bullies when I was about 11. So one of the wisdom teeth just kind of filled in with that one left. And I've got this shirt with the moon phases. I think I got this from Whole Foods on a bit of a discount, and my one of my pairs of velvet, these are not true leggings, these are like flared leggings, I guess, like real leggings that get tapered all the way down. These are flared, and they're so soft. And, of course, underwear, rings, vintage sterling silver, except for this one. This is just from an Avon from the 80s, I believe, and it's probably not even real hematite, but the rest are sterling silver, onyx and marcasite. I'm not sure what this is. It looks like alexandrite sometimes, but other times I just think it's a really nice Swarovski crystal, and we've got more onyx and marcasite, and we've got more, onyx and marcasite. This needs some marcasites replaced, and I've got a quote from the jeweler where I got my Claudia. It had to be welded in the back because it had snapped many, many years ago. And it'll be like $60 to replace all 18 marcasite from here, but that's actually the best price I've gotten so far. And it would be a much better job than doing it myself. I've thought about getting my own and doing it myself. I can do some minor jewelry repairs, but not all the good ones. Oh, right, TMI tag. Number 2, ever been in love? Yes, several times. Sometimes to a fault. Number 3, ever had a terrible breakup? Minimum 3 times. Depending on your definition of terrible. Number 4, how tall are you? I am 4 feet 11 inches tall. Number 5, how much do you weigh? The Americans will have to look this up and do the maths for it, but I'm, as of this morning, 14 stone 10. So, I'm not exactly proud of it. I'm trying to drop a few stone. I've got a ballpark goal to drop minimum 3 stone this year. It would be nice. I'm not, you know, I'm just, it's a nice little goal to have. Number 6, any tattoos? Let's see, 1, 2, in order, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then we had, 8, 9, 10, and then cover up, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So, 15 if you don't count what's covered up, 17 if you count things that have been covered up. Any piercings? Currently, I've got 2.5. Can we see the notch? Maybe if you have better eyes than I do. So I've got 2.5 because one was torn out, and I've got 3 and 4. So 3, 5, 6, 7. Lifetime, I've also had 1 there, so 8. Nipple, so 9, and that doesn't exist anymore. Navel, so 10, and, well, basically 4 skin, so that would be 11. And I'm looking to get a few of them. Oh, right. 12, 13, the dermals. I'm looking to get, I'm not married to the idea of doing the nipple again. Maybe this one. This one could probably do it. I'm hoping to get, the navel and the foreskin redone at some point, but, oh well. Not really thinking about the lip again. Oh, piercings. OTP, like, what does this even mean? Like, fictional? Brian Slade and Kurt Wilde? I don't know. What the fuck? I don't care. Favorite show? This is very hard to pin down. All time, I'd probably say toss-up between, and I'm going to be a heretic a bit, it's going to be a toss-up between the original Addams Family series and the Many Loves of Dobie Gillis. Trust me, it holds up a lot better than many high school and college-aged kid-focused sitcoms of that era, simply because they were not afraid to just be weird at times. And it also got into a lot of, like, kind of philosophical ideas and whatnot. But currently, I'm really into Bob's Burgers. Also, really, right now, into The Last Man on Earth. A lot of people apparently don't like that show, but I'm really into... Oh, and Mom. I love Mom. Because my father was in and out of AA since he was about 15. And so a lot of times Alcoholics Anonymous would be, you know, like free babysitters. So we, I've known these people. I myself drink because I did not grow up with the idea that alcohol can solve all of your problems. So I can have a couple drinks and be fine. You know, I get myself a bottle of wine maybe once or twice a month, you know, to have with a nice dinner. I treat myself sometimes in the bathtub because, fuck it, I'm old. favorite bands. So there was the goth tag, and I said my go-tos would be Christian Death with Under the Rings with Roz Williams, Virgin Prunes, and so those are my go-tos a lot. Oh, and Support Turners. Those three are really my go-tos. I never stopped listening to them, even when I, had my few years of, no, I'm not a goth anymore, sort of thing. I never stopped listening to them. And this is if we're just counting bands and not solo musicians, because then I'd have to include Daniel Dax and Klaus Nomi, and, well, everybody likes David Bowie, so he doesn't really count. Right now, I've been really into the Swine Lakes, and I don't even know if... I really hope they put out another album. That was a beautiful, beautiful record. Really into... well, she's more of a solo artist, The Bedroom Witch, and I've really been into Soror Dolorosa, and I gotta pick up their other two records off of Bandcamp. So, something you miss. Not having to pay for my drinks at the bar. Think about that one. Favorite song. Right now, asking a DJ what his favorite song is like, especially someone who's been collecting music as long as I have. All time... I don't know. It changes so often, but right now I've been revisiting how much I loved Annie Lennox's Cold when I was probably 11 or 12. How old was I when that record came out? I think I was 12. How old are you? That'd be telling, wouldn't it? Of course, I gave a clue just then, didn't I? Zodiac sign, I'm a Leo. Qualities you look for in a partner. Similar interests, somebody who I find very physically attractive. Shared interests, shared goals, normal shit. Favorite quote, that would be Oscar Wilde's reputed final words, which would be, "These curtains go, or I do." Favorite actor, living, that would be Johnny Depp, and dead, all time, that would be Conrad Veidt. Actress, living, that would be probably Winona Ryder. I always found her very underrated. Dead, absolutely Marlene Dietrich. Gloria Swanson's really good too. I love Gloria Swanson. Actually, no, say Gloria Swanson for dead. Favorite color, purple. In fact, if you've noticed all of the purple shit in and on my bag, it is not, on my water bottle, it is not clever when you're, either the chemist at Walgreens or whoever, to say, "Oh, you must really like purple." No shit, hun. No shit. Loud music or soft? It depends on my mood. Where do you go when you're sad? Depending on why I'm sad, I'll either go into a good movie or into a good book or into, a good song. Usually I go into music, either somebody else's or my own when I'm sad. But depending on the mood, I could alternate music with books or movies. How long does it take you to shower? I got a good idea this morning. The shower itself, including a shave, on the days I don't shave every day in the winter. So the shower itself is about 20 minutes with a shave. 15, let's say, without. how long does it take you to get ready in the morning? Including shower, a little under an hour, and that's, with the makeup. If I skip the makeup, I have a very basic makeup look, foundation, eyebrows, a smudged eyeliner, mascara, and then lips. Usually just a basic lip gloss. That's, at this point, it's a little under 10 minutes. So let's say 40 to 45 minutes without the makeup, 45 to 50 or so without, or with the makeup, so it varies depending on whether or not I'm shaving or wearing makeup. So including the shower, let's say, 40 minutes to an hour. Then in a physical fight, yes. Turn-ons. If we're excluding the physical, including the physical, I've I've had several friends comment that I seem to have a thing for young men with, a gaunt face, and usually a gaunt physique comes with that, a prominent nose and large eyes. Mentally, turn-ons include socialists, absurdists, pagans, sarcasm, just a general oddness to your aura. Turn-offs, top of the list, libertarians. Anybody who thinks Milo Yiannopoulos got a raw deal. The reason you joined YouTube, I just want to connect with people. I've seen people who do, very, very cute videos, very nice ones. I'd like to connect with people. I know I don't come off as polished as a lot of people, but, connect with people who make videos, maybe get some people interested in my music. That would be nice. That's always nice when that happens. My fears, this is going to sound very irrational to some people, but escalators. I'm terrified of escalators. My heart rate noticeably goes up when I'm within about 5 feet of an escalator. There's a Barnes & Noble on Washtenaw in Ann Arbor, and and they've got an escalator, and I have to, get myself a good, there are things that I want to see, like the puzzle rack, like the rack of puzzles that they sell, and I need to, circumvent around this thing just to be sane. It's ridiculous. When I had a now former friend who just badgered me, and, in retrospect, it feels like bullying. At the time, I just cried. He made me get on an escalator, and I cried the whole time. I can't do it. I can't do escalators. 25. The last thing that made you cry. Okay, this was many years after the escalator incident. But the last thing that made me cry, the young man I'm cohabitating with, he was playing stuff from David Bowie's Black Star a few nights back, and I had myself a bit of a cry in my room, and I'm getting a little misty again. I cannot. Especially since it's getting to be that time of the year, isn't it, kids? Last time you said you loved someone. Does it count if they didn't hear it? I'm not answering that. Meaning behind your YouTube name. It is my first name. It is, honest to the gods, my first name. and I've had a few people suspect it might not be, but let's see, let's blank out the part where it's got my social security number, but this is my Medicare. That is my first name. Rowan. Q is for Quentin. I'm not showing you my state ID. I know it would prove that I don't drive, but it would also prove that, you know, it's also got my home address, and what else does it have on it? It's got my age. It's got my real age, doesn't it? A book you last read, and the next question is book you're currently reading. So the book I last read, implying, you know, this one means finished, would be Albert Camus' The Stranger. I want to say this is the second time I read it. It didn't piss me off as much as the first time I read it. That's the wrong bag. Because I kind of got it a little bit more this time. The last time I read it, I think I was in high school. But, you know, I got it a little bit more. But I think his other work, he does a better job of, you know, explaining what he was saying, what he was trying to say through novel. Book I'm currently reading, and this is taking me so long to get through, but we've got 800 pages, is the omnibus edition of Storm Constantine's first way through series. I'm actually getting a lot more into it than my plotting suggests. Obviously, I'm not meeting my my 13 books this year goal on Goodreads, but you know, I've always read very slowly, even in the, I was always embarrassed. I was in a gifted program as a child in the 80s, and we, you know, that I went to weekly, and there were these kids who would be like, oh, you know, like these little, like, you know, young adult novellas, or even, like, you know, adult novellas, you know, they'd be about that thick, and, you know, shit, something as small as The Stranger, and they'd be like, oh, yeah, I can finish that in a day, maybe day and a half. It would take me, like, 4 days to a week to finish it, just because I was diagnosed as an adult with attention deficit disorder, so, in a nutshell, I'm very easily distracted. I alternate between being, you know, completely unfocused and very hyper-focused. I'm on the inattentive side of ADHD, so that probably explains why it takes me forever to read. Like, this time, it took me 2 weeks to finish The Stranger, and I finished it in, like, maybe a week the first time. And I enjoyed it more this time, so, you know, that was me speeding. Like, I read more slowly with age, apparently. Last TV show you watched, that would be, not counting YouTube, that would be reruns of Malcolm in the Middle on Hulu. Yes, it's on Hulu now. Last person you talked to, Stephen. If we're talking just general talking, that would be Stephen at the Historical Society Museum when he let me in, and I was completely by myself today. Like, nothing happened today because snow and cold and holiday. The relationship between you and the person you last texted, that would be the young man I'm cohabitating with. What exactly our relationship with is anybody's guess. Favorite food? I love pastas. But if we're talking, you know, just in, like, something that I cannot control myself with, I cannot control myself with pineapple. You give me, like, you know, I've got a spindle corer for a pineapple so that I can eat it more quickly. You know, just give me, like, when pineapple are on sale for, like, you know, $1 each at Kroger, I can easily get like 5 or 6 of those, spin them out. They'd be gone in a few days, and I would be sitting there eating pineapple until there are sores in my mouth. And there's a reason for that, is because, not because I eat the hide, but because it's got an enzyme in it which helps digest things, and it's really good. It's extracted and used in meat tenderizer. So basically, it digests me as I'm eating it. So yes, I will easily eat pineapple until there are sores in my mouth, and then wait, maybe 12 hours before they're even healed, and I'm eating more pineapple. I have no control over pineapple. Favorite food. Place you want to visit. I would love to move to Dublin, but as far as visiting goes, I want to visit Nico's old neighborhood in Cologne, Germany, and I want to visit her forest grave, which I believe is outside Berlin. Last place you were. Not counting home, it would be work at the Ypsilanti Historical Society Museum. Do you have a crush? Yes. Last time you kissed someone. Few days? Christmas night, which has been a few days at this point, but yeah, Christmas night, and then I tripped over things, and stuff happened, and I sprained my knee. Last time you were insulted. If we're counting misgendering, that's a near daily occurrence. That was just yesterday. If we're not counting misgendering, I don't know. Probably somewhere online that I wasn't aware of, because apparently I'm very memorable to people, and they love to talk smack about me behind my back, so I don't know. I don't know when the last time I was insulted. Favorite flavor of sweet. I love chocolate, but I'm allergic to soy, so I can't have most American chocolates. But when I find a chocolate I can have, and I either want to treat myself to something very expensive, or it's on a really good sale, or I've got coupons, or a gift certificate for Whole Foods to bring it down to a reasonable amount of money, I love chocolates. Especially with coconut. What instruments do you play? I have 15 years of training as a classical choral singer. I am a tenor. I also have about 4 years studying the viola, and I am self-learning harmonium and theremin, though I'm playing a theremin that I check out from the Ann Arbor District Library. Lately I've been experimenting with my viola using effects pedals meant for guitar. I play a little bit of guitar, but not very well. I just play barely enough to needle out chord progressions to write with it, but I want someone again. Last sport you played. Are we including sex? Are we including game night? I don't know. Oh shit. I was on swim team in high school. Last song you sang. I mentioned Annie Lennox's Cold, and I've been rehearsing that, actually, for the last week, maybe. Favorite chat-up line. Nice boots, wanna fuck? I've actually been, trying to translate that I've been trying to translate that to Irish. That would be entertaining. Have you ever used it? No. Last time you hung out with anyone. That would be the young man I'm cohabitating with. After he got home from work last night. And then he left just after I left, so we didn't really and I got up kind of late, so, who should answer these questions next? I have no idea. Nobody watches my channel yet, so, oh well, let's see who does.